coffee shops, TV categories called reality, polluted nature by corrupt ministries. We're all passengers. Let loose on the train. Have fun, don't stay sane. It's a part of the game. That rumbling sound. In every building, a gamer and a drunk. Green parks with shitting dogs. Hey policeman, I'm in 3 modern families. Faster, slower, shades on, hit the gas. High, lower, get into the control room. Don't get older. We're all passengers. We're toxic containers. Let loose on the train. Have fun, don't stay sane. It's a part of the game. Abstainers, maintainers, rangers, gainers, entertainers, campaigners, retainers. Let loose on the train. Have fun, don't stay sane. It's a part of the game. Let loose on the train. Have fun, don't stay sane. It's a part of the game.
Switch that V6 for the EV. Ride around my city. You should come ride with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me sip. Water like a fish sip. Box water to the gillies, yeah. This a new wave, this a takeover. Do it for the future, time to get a world a makeover. Time never stops, no the timing is not. Time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess. How can I breathe? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate. We need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it changes cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green. New car goes zoom, but it's quiet. You can hear me come and think I'm lying. If I said I'm perfect, I'd be lying. I can say I'm perfect, but I'm trying. I'ma give my all till I'm dying. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going.
Hey, Kimmy, baby, I had a book over here in this drawer. You seen it?
You mean a little black book? Oh, honey, I cleaned out those drawers in that whole room and made a big donation to Goodwill. But don't worry, we can get you another one.
Oh, hell no.
You're never going to believe what happened to me today at the Goodwill. I found a book of seed phrases, honey. I can get those hair transplants now. Oh.
Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best.
Welcome everyone to Late Night. Oh, I still got to change that thumbnail. Crypto Charts with Road Dogg. My name is Lane. I am your tour guide for this evening. And I see I got my road dogs in the house. I got Grizz, I got Striga Heart. Man, so glad to have you guys here. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've been feeling kind of lazy. Was tempted not to even stream tonight. I don't know what's gotten into me lately. Trying to fight that. They do say once you reach 1,000 subs, it makes you lazy for a spot. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I hope not. I got to get back on the ball. Got to start making some videos, but people like the videos. So the market, man. Oh, good Lord. This crazy market. I don't trust these patterns. When they come drop like this and they do like this, I don't trust them. I don't put it past them to bump up. I am trying to be bearish here, but I'm something in my gut just tells me don't trust a big bearish move all the way right now. Like just not to go 100, put my bear ears on officially or all the way yet. Even though, you know, the charts. And part of it, I think, is a little bit of the confusion coming in on some of these indicators because the weeklies look kind of, well, they're starting to look a tad bullish, but it could just be short-term bullish. So I'm interested to see how far the stochastic can get up, because this one didn't make it up as quite as high, and we may be seeing something like this, because at the time when all this was going on, this looked kind of bullish, right? So kind of toying with that idea. But our MACD, you know, histogram is starting to take a little turn up there. We'll go back in history, and I think we did this, but just to take a quick look. After this quick look at Bitcoin, we will start diving into some altcoins. Mostly looking for some that may be some solid long-term holds, and we can also take a look at some that just may be possible lottery tickets. But Tokenmetrics has some suggestions there. And I figured that would be a good place to start. And I'm just kind of double dipping here, getting some stuff ready for videos that I'll be working on this next week. So these are turnaround points before on the MACD when it started showing signs of flipping to the upside. This is where we just started painting lighter bars there. No crosses, nothing official, but just where the move starts beginning, right? And here we go. And this is the weekly chart. So there may be a little upswing, but we had it here. So we had well, let's just look at them all. Big drop, then we had it. We came up a little bit, dropped back down, went up again. Here we, as soon as it flipped colors, we started going up a little bit. Same thing happened right here. We were coming down. Oh gosh, we're going to 10K. This is the end. And then we went to the upside. And some of those same people said, I called it to the upside. Just. So that's just, you know, in the bigger picture of things, because I'm playing it bearish this weekend. But overall, I would say if I had to describe where I am right now, I'm neutral. I'm just neutral. And that sounds lame. But do think of it this way. And that's what the Ichimoku cloud means. When you are inside that cloud, it is neutral territory. By Ichimoku cloud strategy, you wouldn't touch your asset as long as it's inside a cloud. I do, because I'm a degen. And if it's in a red cloud, it usually turns out well. If it's in the green cloud, it usually price is coming down. And we've been in this red cloud just bouncing around sideways, technically not really making any forward ground, just in a range, 25 to 30,000, bumping up and down in there. And so the weekly hints that we may be coming up. The monthly has put just a little bit of a fear of Jesus in me, because I gotta keep my eye on it, because it's doing just the opposite. But remember, the monthly is a slower indicator. So, and if I look at the monthly here, I do think it's very interesting. This 21 moving average is kind of just diving down, but then the 9 is moving up, and we are above the 9 on the monthly right now. And there's a good chance that over the next few months that 9 will cross that 21, and that's actually bullish. So just keeping my eye open for maybe a surprise bump to the upside. But overall, up until January, up until the halving, I just think we'll start seeing some more boring price action. But I think this right before the halving, I think that's when we're going to really start seeing the price action that we really want. And again, here on the daily, we got this trifecta of 3 moving averages that are converging. And we can have, it's going to be a big move. And we can't tell which way it's going to go. Either these 3 will come together, and it'll either make a wall that will totally reject us down, or if price gets above it, it'll shoot it up. Usually it's a wall. And so we have to look at other tools to kind of guide us in on that. But it's curious to see that we got this little gap in this area. There's no support here where these are. So it's like watching a football game. I don't know, man. Bears or Bulls? Who's winning here? Patriot Caveman, hey. Welcome to the show, man. New Orleans in the house. On Nolans. I've been there a couple of times. I stayed out on the bayou for about a week. That was an adventure, I'll tell you. It was one of my most memorable experiences. So, well, that's kind of it for Bitcoin, but it's kind of, we're at weekend territory now. It's Friday night. Currently, I'm looking for downward action on Bitcoin, but how far will it go? And we do have this point of control coming in around 26,000, and so I am looking there. I'm closing out some current shorts that I'm in right there in that area. I'm going to check out TRB here. Oh, really? Point of control is where? 3347? This one was awesome going through this. Going through this chop, not as awesome. Signs on here make me think that it's got another big move coming. And so the degen in me has just been dying to find a good entry for that next move. See, that was our original trend line there on the Telor. This is our secondary, which we seem to be holding nicely there. So my line in the sand has got to be about $30. Because if we break that, we could head back down here to 25. And I'm actually trying to trade this one because I missed out on the actual bag building of it. I got out when it started rising up and I sold too early, so now I'm left with trading it. silly me. I have a rule not to sell 100%, but I accidentally did. I didn't realize I had another order out there. Teller on the 1 hour, playing with my emotions. Probably going to be coming back down here around this lower trend line is what I'm expecting. Quick dip. Got the death cross on the 1 hour, so do expect some downward action out of Teller there. All right, so moving on to the KuCoins. Let's take a quick look over here at two ways that I am trying to find the next crypto gem, and one is this watch list, and then this one is the favorites. These are the new ones that have been really hitting it off for the year. All these guys are up for the year. We got Blue Zale, CPR. So some of these are the hot ones that I want to start deep diving in on. But also over on Tokenmetrics, we got a list over here of what they recommend, and it's got a nice little list of them. Right, it's the number one is Doge Elon Mars, though. Now, would I pick that? Hell no. And the second one is Wink Link. Now that one's interesting. That one was like a dark horse this last bull run. It just came out of nowhere and just started. It had a tear. So that one might be definitely worth taking a look at. So Wink, and it was on Binance and KuCoin. It is available on PancakeSwap. Mexi has it. Cool. Whitebit. So several places. But yeah, it did all this. It was at these crazy lows and then it went up, man. Now, the prices look different to me. I don't know if they put out more tokens or what, but I thought we were more into the cents instead of the fractions of a cent. But it did have its heyday. Take a look at the tokenomics on Wink. See if they've. Yeah, they've done something with the tokens, haven't they? It's $58 million market cap right now, and just an ungodly amount of tokens out there. The best of my knowledge, I think this is an exchange in India. Now, don't hold me to that. We'll check it out. It's okay. How weird? I'm off totally. Wink Link's first comprehensive oracle of Tron's ecosystem. Okay, so this is Tron then. Okay, Tokenmetrics likes them. I don't like the tokenomics of them. But they gave it an investor grade of 78%. Second only to Doge Elon Mars meme coin. So we're not getting off to a good start with that particular list, in my personal opinion. I'm not crazy about this chart because we're on the weekly. We're below the non-moving average. It says it wants to come up, but it's been saying that for a while, hasn't it? This one does not ring my bell. This one I would not. I mean, who knows? There could be something there. If the scenario were to break out, I mean, yeah, there could be some good moves, but that don't look good to me. There is some divergence there. There is some bullish divergence forming on the weekly, but I mean, it's been forming for a while, just to say that, and it will. So there may be an explosive move out of this little guy. This one may be worth watching for a possible breakout of this. Although I just don't see the great signs though. We do have this moving average up there that it would try to target. And it will move its way down. You know, and it did have I just don't see it being anytime real soon. Although some of these indicators are saying that I'm wrong about that. Now we got sideways here on the MACD, which is kind of like the Ichimoku Cloud, man, really no man's land. I think this is one to put on your watch list to watch. And I would view this one as more of a trade than an investment. I don't think I would choose this one as a long-term hold. I'm a little bit leery of that right there, but it would be worth putting you just drawing this little. If this is going to break out, I mean, it should be any time. I think I would just put an alarm right there. Call it breakout. And that way we can come back and reassess when the time is right. Put it on the list of possibilities. I'll add this one to the list here. So we keep an eye on it. GFAL, we were looking at it. We were watching it back here, tracking it. It's doing well. Get off this weekly chart. Watching this breakout. This is the buy zone, and didn't quite get up here, but I'm looking for a possible reversal area right here just to see what it does. She may decide to keep on going. I got a measured move that has not yet been hit at 3.7 cents on GFAL, gains for a living. A lot of people really like this one. It did have a, this is a bearish pattern, had a breakout to the upside. So looking for possible parabolic activity. So this short area I got here, I mean, I'm not sure if it's how it would work out. Got to look for some divergences, which there is some forming. There's definitely some bearish divergence forming here. So but we're still above that 9 moving average. It's holding strong. If it does break out of this rising wedge, watch out. I don't know what the catalyst would be to make it take off. But we could be looking at about 6 cents out of this guy. I'm trying to remember if I got a bag of this or not. I think I just have a tiny nibble. Like it could 10x and I'd still look at my bag and say, wow, yeah, okay. Something, I guess. So I want to take a look over, let's see. I'm sure we looked at this before, but short-term memory loss. Oh, that's why I'm not crazy about it. The huge amount of maximum supply we got there. And we got less than 1/10 of that circulating right now. It's got a great low market cap. But for all the notoriety of it, think about it for a moment. That's as big as the market cap is for a lot of people pushing it. I don't know. The release of the token schedule would be an important consider to hold this one for a long time, because at some point it's going to struggle to keep up with price. But I'm not familiar with their token unlock schedule. Maybe they have something better than the usual ones, but usual ones kind of dump on their heads a little bit. Till I see different, I would think this would be no better. Grit says, from the looks of it so far, I would stay away from everything on that list personally. Let's bring that list back up. Well, Phantom I kind of like. Loop Ring, it can do good. It's just you gotta wait for Loop Ring season to tip off, and that can take a long time. You can say that about a lot of these, though. I like Cosmos. Compound was looking interesting, but I'm not sure what's going on with them right now. Thought I saw them in the news. Stacks, I got that. Multiverse X, I've got some, but I don't anticipate seeing very much happen there. Can I get that thing off my screen? Then we got Caspa, which I like. I think it'll be like I think it'll eventually slow down a lot and be another Cardano, or XRP. You got Altex. I've had them before. Internet of Things. That's interesting. I mean, interesting concept. You have to dive more into their use case if I were looking at this as a long-term hold. Qtum. I'm not a big fan, but several people I respect really like that one, and they see it doing very well. Maker, of course, I think is a dark horse. I mean, it's a slow mover, but I guess it's like a solid. It's usually a solid one that will make gains, but it's like it's slow. It seems like last bear market that I was in, it seemed like it stayed at $500 for like a year and a half or something. I don't remember exactly. That's just what it felt like. But it just like it never went anywhere. Everything else was popping off, and it just, it's a good stable value. H-bar, I'm not a big fan of personally. I just don't see much coming from it. Harry Potter Obama Sonic Inu. I have to remind you, this is also where I tuned into Rep Augur, which it was recommending as a hot coin. And I put the video out, and then I felt bad about it because I find out later, well, hell, it's up and functioning, but there's nobody. It's an empty casino. That's what it is. It's a casino that nobody goes to. It's a racetrack. It's a horse track with no horses. So, Tokenmetrics apparently, has some tweaking, but the guy behind it, he's got a good system. He's Ian Bellina. He picks out some winners. I&J. We got VThor, but yet VeChain's not on this particular list. Now, I've had it generate that on another list that I've had. And DeFi Chain and Aragon. I've seen Aragon pop up a lot here. I think we've taken a look at that one time. 8 and... Oh! So, let me digress just one moment. I've been talking a little bit about GAN theory, right? For technical analysis stuff. And if any of you guys are interested in like the GAN theory stuff, I found this cool place today. It's called Ganzilla, and it's free software. The guys, it's awesome. I've got it. It's this guy. It is so in depth. I mean, I have no clue on how to totally use it, but it does track a lot of stuff. Got everything on there, but it's free. No strings attached. So I thought that was kind of cool. Ganzilla is a free software developed by a single developer who is passionate about the works of WD Gann. I understand that. I am too. And aims to share his knowledge with other traders. Despite being a free tool, Ganzilla is packed with advanced features and analytical tools that make it a powerful platform for traders looking to utilize Gann's trading methods and planetary calculations, which, wow, man, I saw that one. I mean, I've got some other software that I've got put on our Telegram group that's free too, does some cool things, but that one, so that, I was for sure there was something here that you've got to do something. It's got this little thing that says premium up there. I don't know what that is. I have not clicked that yet. But let's click that. What is that? I guess it's a book. So looks like maybe, okay, Artem Caps. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Well, I can't get anywhere. What page am I on now? I lost, was this it? Oh, you went, I see what you did. It's not a new page. But, Ganzilla, just Google them and download the software if you're interested. Anyway, getting back to our altcoins, because I'll start talking about that stuff. We'll go nowhere. Hey, DeFi guy, how's it going, man? So, shout out to DeFi guy. He's the first one asked me to take a look at A-Star. And at first I thought he was talking about Astera, which I'd already been in, which has been a total disappointment for me. It's a wild one to watch. I think that one's trying to make a comeback. But A-Star is a cool project too. I actually like that one. I've got a bag of it. I got on MEXC, but MEXC is not trading it anymore, so it seems like it's starting to get a little harder to find. So I don't know what the deal is there. But this is our chart. We're expecting it to. It went on a parabolic run, and we said, once we break this is a line in the sand. Once we break that, we can expect down and sideways, and that's where we're at now. And it did go on a little run there a few days ago for A-Star. This is one that's worth looking at for a gem pick, in my opinion. Struggling right here, losing this part. That's interesting. Let's check out the. But it surprised me that MEXC doesn't. It's not allowing trading on it, so I just got a bag sitting there I can't do anything with. I'm not crazy about this infinite supply here. I'm guessing they have a burn mechanism. 5.2 billion in circulation. Total supply is 8 billion. 270 million market cap on this. All-time high was 42 cents a year ago. It's relatively a new project, I believe. We got data going back to 2022. But the project itself, let's look at it a little bit. This is one that's worth taking a deeper look at. I think I had a video out on it. I probably need to do an update. The frontier of innovation, A-Star unlocks blockchain enabling unparalleled cross-layer scaling and driving Web3's mass adoption. You can build on it. Japan, and yeah, that was the thing, it's based in Japan. And off of Cosmos, I believe, right? A-Star, Japan's leading blockchain, supports EVM. That's Ethereum Virtual Machine, Substrate, WebAssembly, that's also known as WASM, and Ink environments to provide a scalable cross-layer, cross-machine protocol. At the bleeding edge of innovation and interoperability, our unique build-to-earn mechanism empowers developers, allowing them to earn incentives for building a decentralized future. So if we're with WASM, I think we're linked with Cosmos too then, right? And I think the Cosmos ecosystem, it's definitely growing. It is growing big and fast, I think. I think Cosmos is going to do some. I think they're going to have a lot of growth and development over this bull run. I'm kind of big on them right now, and I have been for a while. It's definitely been a rewarding for airdrops, not in the last year, but there for a while. 2 years ago, this is dropping out of the sky. Join our fast growing ecosystem. Developer, collaborators, staker, and users. So Web3 kind of deal here. I always recommend taking a look at the white paper, seeing if you like this. Let's see, AS Tokenomics. It's governance, incentives, and features to unlock Web3. They just have a ton of them. I think it's one to look at. But right now is flirting with coming down a little bit. So this little guy, very quite possibly coming down to just a little under 4 cents, I think. Now, personally, I do kind of foresee a lot of these altcoins getting even cheaper. And I mean, I know there's some GC prices out there now, but they may get, you may see a 20 to 30% off sale here over the next few months. So at this point in the market, I just think for anyone trying to set themselves up with a bull market and to make the life-changing money, probably just DCAing from now until the halving. I mean, you can continue after there, but at a certain point, you're going to have to start taking profits. But I think this is the perfect window, in my personal opinion, to do that. But you will be riding some downside during this point, so that's what you got to be prepared for. I mean, if you're coming into this, you know, I don't know what a lot of people come into, and you see a lot of people, especially people who's been on YouTube for a little while, because apparently, you know, they get paid well, probably beyond their actual trading skills if they're traders. But sometimes they make it seem like everybody's got $100,000 just to throw in this stuff, when in reality, you know, people are struggling right now, and crypto is a lifeline it can change your life. It's changed mine, and hopefully it will continue to change, and my situation will get even better. But it's changing so much that I like to share it with the world. So I'm just like a crypto evangelist, I guess. But you can't talk about crypto without talking about God, because, well, I think God's given it as a saving grace for us to kind of opt out of this system that's being forced upon us. Because He always makes a way out. And you just got to ask Him to show you. And so I feel blessed and very grateful for the people that do come and support this channel, like and subscribe, and or however, even using the links in the description. So I pray that people drawn to my channel and people can benefit from what knowledge that I can't share. Not saying that I have just the vast amount of knowledge. Not saying that I'm right all the time, but I can at least share some skills and insight that can help you be a little bit of guidance. As I've been down this road a couple times before. It's just only recently that I finally started figuring out how it works, like in the last cycle. So it takes a little while. So Total 3, when you zoom out on Total 3, this can be a guide for your altcoins, as we've been coming down and being in this range, and it looks like we're coming back down to these areas, maybe shooting for like a triple bottom. Now this formation here, this scallop shape, usually kind of does lead to a little bit more of an upside. So when I see a scallop shape when the double bottom's forming, usually it ends up well, but there are some signs here for some more downward action. So I just want to be clear about that. I'm actually, it's not looking pretty for altcoins right now. Normally I would say buy at the bottom of this range, and I still am. I'm saying as these come down, this is a great time to DCA, but there may be something goes on that drives them down more. Here's the problem. We don't really have much support until here, and not much in between. Where we have these big run-ups, there's no, like, chop puts the brake on these run-ups. Okay, so it's good that we got chop here, but below it, we don't really have any good chop until right around through this area. So we could fall quick, is what I'm saying. Money can come out of altcoins really quick. There's no support on this chart. The support, if it starts coming down and it's broken this trend line, it can drop. I don't know what the catalyst would be. I don't know what would cause it. Maybe Gary Gensler inspired. Who knows? But also, you know, the U.S. is not the whole world, and the whole world keeps getting bigger, and the whole world is starting to pass up the US. So that's our own damn fault. But that's my overall opinion for altcoins. I do think there's a good chance that we will see them even cheaper. And here's something that's interesting that I did. I think it's a good time to share this. So before tonight, you know, I threw up the list and I put it over in the Telegram group because I figured, well, they're over there. They need to think. Those are my OGs. Take care of them first, right? But I asked Tokenmetrics if it could, I asked her AI, but in it, you know, give me some tokens that are outperforming Bitcoin or have the potential to outperform Bitcoin, the potential to. And it said, according to Tokenmetrics analytics, there are currently no tokens in the database that have the potential to outperform Bitcoin. I see a more Bitcoin narrative. Altcoins are going to be there and everything, but Bitcoin is going to earn its place in the world. And if we come over here, I think even on the free site for Tokenmetrics, you have access to this page. I'm getting really bear sentiment right now. Things are turning bearish, but here's the deal. It's this altcoin season, Bitcoin season. We are clearly back into the Bitcoin season zone. And when we're in Bitcoin season, that means the one that's actually performing is Bitcoin. That means that altcoins, just know if you put money into them now, as a whole, you will be riding it down. That's all I'm trying to let you know. I'm not saying it's not a good time to start building some bags. I'm just saying be ready for that ride because it's a roller coaster. And I think we've been on top, and I think we're getting ready to go down another hill. But I don't think it would be, I don't see it being just drastic. So, you know, like a quick, oh God, the end of the world, unless there's some kind of event. Right now it's saying on the weekly that we may get a little bump up in altcoins as we come up here and probably retest this trend line. So we can see some fluctuations, and trading altcoins right now is probably, I'm not going to say it's the best thing to do. I think it's going to be a little bit choppy, and choppy markets are kind of difficult to trade, but there'll definitely be some volatility to take advantage of for the more savvy traders out there. But for someone that's just, you know, new to this, that hasn't been through a cycle and just looking for the best way to do things, dollar cost average, whether you're doing it every week or every couple of weeks or however, whatever your plan is, especially if buy the red candles. That's, nobody wants to buy those red candles. It's the best ones. So total 3 on the daily wants to come down, and it's retesting this, but this pattern should get a break up. I see a retest probably up here in this area. Although it should come down. Down, down, down. I'm curious to see what altcoins would look like in December of this year. Chris says Caspa's POW like that. I do like Caspa. Did we look at Caspa? We looked at it last night. And she got rejected up there in the little short area, which, you know, the things were saying that it should. But there was also that possibility. A lot of people are still bullish as all get out up here. It's gonna go. And it could if it made the breakout up there. That's why I had that suggestion of putting a trigger order to buy above here. and I know the instinct is to buy here and maybe put a stop loss in. You can talk yourself out of that stop loss. I know I've done it several times. And if you did, I mean, you just stopped yourself out for a possible, for a longing at the top. You put in a Bollinger Band, and buying at the top of the bands rarely ever pays off. Rarely ever. That's a general overall rule to go by. Throw a Bollinger Band on it, and if you're at the top of it, probably not going to work out as well as you hope. And for some reason, I don't know why, but we're always afraid to buy at the bottoms of these bands. Trading is psychology. And the psychology that determines the price of it, and then also the psychology of your trade, man. And you can be the best analyst out here, but if your head ain't on right when you're trading, oh man, things can happen. Them bears, man, I'm telling you. Very resilient bears. One of these days I will have all my buttons straightened out. I just missed my cue. Bears don't miss a beat. So even on Caspa, the Bollinger Bands say, hey, the next stop is right down here at, 43? Comes back down to the 20 moving average. That's the line in the middle is the 20. I go by the 21, and I got a different philosophy. I go with a frequency philosophy. But 20, close enough. So that's at 4.3 cents. And Bollinger Bands are cool, man. They have a dance. They will come up to that 20 moving average. If it bounces off of it, we're going to the top of the band. If we can't close a candle outside of it, chances are we're going to close another one outside of it. We look for when we stop closing candles out of there that we know got to keep an eye on. This one touched the edge of it, and then we didn't close any more. It's hard to nail a top with the Bollinger Band, but it'll let you know, and you're in toppy area that you don't need to be buying in. Even though you can argue, your wife got in here, you can still go up. Yeah, you could. I would be looking at other indicators very closely if you're entertaining that thought. But usually, not a good thing. But if you buy on the bottoms of it, oh, now that's when you can take advantage. But it does a dance. When it bounces off, it'll come back to that middle. And then if it breaks that middle, well, we're more than likely coming back to the bottom of the band. If we bounce off that middle, we're probably going back to the top of the band. So Bollinger Band, simple, easy strategy. And the 50 moving average is also supporting that right there. I still see a possibility for some more upside here, though. Just more of a correction overall. It's in that bearish pattern, though. Don't want to forget that. But what we could be seeing out of Caspa, we want to see if it just right under 4 cents. If we can hold this trend line. If we do get a bounce off of there, it'll probably be off this 100 moving average. We can come back up, then we can attempt this scenario again. Now, if it breaks to the upside, it's going to be crazy wild, going to price discovery, who knows. But if it gets rejected, it will probably break through the downside on that one. I'm not foreseeing it breaking down here. Where it's got to come down to, just doesn't make sense for this pattern to be. So I think you may have one more leg up there. Let's see if Mr. Elliott Waves got anything. Elliott Waves got something on it. Let's see what Elliott says. Elliot thinks that this may be our 5th wave right here. Oh, we got a 5th here, a ABC correction. This is a daily. He usually doesn't do the dailies. I think that would have been a cleaner chart. So a possible top here, so meaning this could be the double top, and then ABC correction to the downside, or whatever. I mean, this one had to run up the ABC, and then we started running again. That's what it does. Goes through correction and starts again, hopefully. So if Elliot gets his way about it, then it'll probably break the downside from here. We'll just keep our eye on it. Still, nice area shorting there. Technically, you could get a short end from where it broke the trend line, especially if it comes back up to retest it. But still, you know, overall, you're still in a bullish trend on this, so. Striga says, Cass doesn't like mining all my stuff. Now, they CPU mine? Is that what it is? We went out looking for sheds today. My wife wants one that has part of a greenhouse, and then I get the rest of it, and man, that was tiny. Somehow, my little mining operation just doesn't seem to be playing out as well as I had it in my head. Her greenhouse idea seems to be coming along pretty nice, though. I'm gonna put out some more energy, positive energy there. Since we are in Cosmos, can you take a look at like? Okay, yeah, let's do that. Chris says, if you DCA, don't freak out if it goes down. Yes. You got to set yourself apart, trading versus your hodl. And just know, when you throw it in that hodl bag, yeah, there's a roller coaster to ride. Dude. That's why it's best to DCA when the market just tanks. That way your hodl bag doesn't fluctuate nearly as much. But if you DCA at the tops, buy when everybody on YouTube's talking about it, or Twitter's twitting about it, Xing about it. Yeah, more volatility there. Striga says, I always freak out. GPU mine? Striga, are you mining? I can't wait to mine again. And I want to look into nodes. But let's take a look at like. Like is on the Cosmos ecosystem. Let's talk about that real quick. You can find it on Osmosis, and I use it all the time. I like this one. I was fortunate enough to caught that airdrop and started farming it over there, and I've just had it doing that ever since I had the airdrop. I've gotten so many. We're not connecting, dude. I've gotten so many airdrops from just messing with this whole ecosystem. It's just been crazy. And I was looking at my bag of Atom, and I'm like, it's not really a huge bag. Yeah, I throw some in there every once in a while, especially when it's on the low. Anything under $8, I think is a steal. So, going back to like, let's bring it up over here. That's Bella. Bella up to 57 cents. I'll make sure I got the right one here, because there's... Okay. So Litecoin, L-I-K-E. Total supply is 2 billion. Most of that is in circulating supply. Tiny market cap. 1.7 million. So when we start getting around 1 billion coins, I consider that a lot, but that's kind of the norm. Actually, you know, you're looking at Caspa that has a lot more than that, like 40 billion. A lot of them do have 10 billion or more, so You got to consider that. 2 is not as bad. But catching it at these prices, if you like the project, but there can be some moves. That's all I'm saying. With that low of a market cap, its all-time high was 5 cents. Doesn't sound like much, and you know this coin may not provide much value. We'll look at what it does here in a minute. But there's it could easily 10x. We'll put it that way. Go to a penny. It could easily go to a penny. Going to a dime, 100x. Will it double what it did before? Well, I can't answer that. Relatively new. Looks like it started somewhere around 2020. So it hasn't been through a full cycle yet. Let's take a look at the project, see a little bit what it does. Litecoin. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting this, actually. I was expecting more of a meme coin thing. That's just, you know, my mindset, my biases. But this one's actually got an interesting concept. Decentralized publishing. Own your content forever. Okay, and coming from a journalism background, I can tell you that, yeah, that would be a big deal. I mean, not as big as like a lot of other major projects, but I mean, that sounds interesting so far for the direction that this is going to. How does this work? Litecoin is an application-specific blockchain on a decentralized publishing built on Cosmos SDK. Litecoin provides open-source products ranging from infrastructure to publishing tools for creators on board to Web3. A lot of Cosmos ecosystem is Web3 oriented. That's why I think that, I don't know, maybe it's going to be the dark horse or something. It's like, oh hell, Cosmos ecosystem's got to go in. I mean, they're putting the work in, man. They are. So we got metadata registry integrated with Arweave. That's interesting. And IPFS. IPFS is an important thing, and I can't quote what the heck it stands for at the moment. Oh my gosh, I can, but that is an important buzzword and technology that's playing in right now. My boomer brain will not recall that information at the moment. NFT modules and the Lite token. Now, the Lite token is a utility and governance token, so we got to keep that in mind. Now, for me personally, I like ones that do a little bit more than that, something that has more of a use case. Utility and governance, you can, but you can definitely get some gains. Let's see, metadata registry. For the future of decentralized publishing to work, it's essential to have a global, decentralized, and resilient digital content registry as the cornerstone. International Standard Content Number, ISCN, is a metadata framework for digital content on the Litecoin chain. Okay, I think it is also on Amazon and other places, right? ICN is like a digital content ID, helps to identify specific digital content, records content metadata, intellectual property rights, and the stakeholders of the creation. Okay, so a property right layer. Okay. Also represents the property right layer of Litecoin NFT. Okay, so interesting concept there. Let's take a look at the coin and see what it's up to. Let's see, where can we find this? Litecoin price in USD over on Osmosis. Let's see, well, it's also available on, is that right? No, these are some other stuff. Looks like it's on Uniswap 3. And of course Osmosis, where I get, oh nice. She's been running up. It made me feel like I missed out. I think I have some, it's probably dust that I have of this. I think there was an airdrop, and I may have staked it, but I don't think there's much of anything. I don't think I got a whole lot out of this one. Breaking out of a shallow falling wedge, so we should be looking. Should be looking at this area right here. Lots of confluence to suggest that, coming up to just a 0.00192. That's a 618 Fibonacci area right there. Also should correspond with our measure move that we'll take, just our basic standard straighten down measure move to that breakout. Takes us up close to the 886 area. I'm targeting the 618 a little bit more because Bukowski's measured move says to go from that top down to this bottom, which is right down here, right? And when a falling wedge has a breakout, it usually reaches target about 62% of the time, which is that guy. So we could go through all these steps to get that calculation, or we could just... It's probably worth the while going through that. How did I screw that up? How did you screw that up? How does that not work? How does me taking this to there... What did I do? And coming down to the 618... There we go, I see. Alright, well, I'm straightening out some misconceptions that I had. I definitely get this area up here. Put that as our... We got a 786 area to look out for. Gee, Bukowski just schooled me right here on my own channel. He didn't even have to show up. I just got schooled. That was our standard measurement right there, which is coming up to the 786. Do Bukowski's measure move again. Since we got this, things are going really good for this little guy. 0.0029. Possibly this one. That one doesn't get hit near this often though. Alright. Measure moves coming in at 0.00225 on Litecoin. Thereabouts. I mean, it's really right there at that 786. Targeting that 786 is not a bad idea. Just tighten up my measure move a little bit there. So there's our targets. There's our targets for it. What kind of gains are we looking at? Now, if you're wanting to get in on this, like I say, you might know the word osmosis and also Uniswap. We're on the daily chart here, and it's saying it wants to take a little bit of a break. We're also getting that break in the MACD. We're just talking about that and showing that how that affected Bitcoin, and we started getting, you know, when we start seeing it change colors here, it's an indication that it's getting tired, starting to change direction a little bit. So I don't think it's a reversal. I think we've just got to come back and retest this 100 moving average and this 9 moving average. We're retesting this trend line. That's what we're doing. So that's about 0.012 cents. If it comes back into the pattern, that's not good at all. But we are busting out of the red Ichimoku cloud with a little sliver of green over here. Usually a good sign that we're probably good for some more upside. Retesting the 200 moving average at 0.0014 first, but this looks like a good area to get in. Right there, if you're not in already. I'm going to quickly come down to the 4-hour chart just to see what it looks like. And that looks good. That looks golden. And yeah, probably lose the 21 and come down and touch this. It may not. It may just bounce off the 21 on the smaller time frame. That would signify a stronger move to the upside, but it looks like it does need the correct just a little bit. It's retesting Lucy's line here. Yeah, good old Lucy. Right up there. And she broke above it, so to me that's bullish. So coming back to the daily chart, this breakout, let's see what the trade setup actually looks like. Let's do a measured move. Shoot, I may have to go for osmosis. We actually got a breakout here. Where's my volume? Oh yeah, I probably wouldn't have volume on here when but I don't see my volume indicator over here. I like my volume. I always like to keep an eye on volume. Do you have any other? If I had to go down to one indicator, I think I would choose volume. I think I may have erased it. No? It's just not. Okay. Maybe because I'm on a desk, it's not going to show me the volume then. So to the measure move, yeah, that may be more of a long shot. That 618 would definitely be the quickest profit taking place right there. What I like about these scenarios is that if you were trading on a DEX, you could put a tight little stop loss under this kind of setup. You put your stop loss back inside this pattern. Because if she comes back in the pattern, this is off the table. This setup is null and void, and will probably most likely fail. If it comes back in the pattern, you just come down to the downside. So tight stop losses give you a bigger risk to reward ratio. Of course, we are talking about some, I don't know, Osmosis is doing some new things. I think they actually do offer limit orders and things like that now. They have apps on there now. I haven't played around with that. I just messed with the swaps basically, but harder to trade on swaps, but that could be a 54% right there. So trading this on dollars, 50% return on investment, not bad. Getting to the measure move, be 80%. I would really target right there though, and that's a good 13%, 13.6 to 1 risk reward ratio. That's a pretty good trade setup. That one might be worth sharing over here. You would think I'd get faster at this, right? 8-day chart is displaying a buy signal. That was it. 8 o'clock tonight, huh? All right, let's paste this little guy in there, and as a cop out, I'm going to put from the live stream. I don't have time to sit here and explain how that works, but the chart should be kind of self-explanatory. Well, at least if you're familiar with trading, I guess. For the newbie person, yeah. What am I looking at? So Litecoin, we got that. Waddy Paramo, hey, welcome to the stream. CVX short. Okay, let's take a look. CVX. I'm going to look at MEXC futures. You said CVX short. And I'm here on the daily, and I'll have to look closer at the smaller time frames, but the daily looks a little bit bullish to me. Weekly looks bullish. The 5-day is getting crazy, getting ready to get a flip up here. I don't know if this is it'd be kind of risky to short this because it looks like it's getting ready to do something. 3 days already popping off on their MACD. I think she's planning on making a move right now. Let's take a closer look. Oh, that sucks. Okay. So I've got a rule where I can't cut through a candle. I can go from wick to a candle top. I can come from here and come down and follow this one, and we got to break out of this particular line, which I would look as a megaphone pattern actually. No, I can't see that. I need a color, man. Let's go with red. Red looks like danger. I can't do that. So we are going to break up at this. We had this. That doesn't match up. This one does, We had this angle in that channel, and we just leveled up. So we broke to the upside, and then we switched levels, and it's also switched angles. I think she's got support on this GAN angle. And I think we're headed up to this one. What is this, CVX? Okay, let me get rid of this line. It just looks noisy. So basically we've still got, by my pattern analysis, we are technically in a falling wedge. It was probably a descending triangle before it broke. So here's another scenario you got to look at. It's possible rejection here, and this may be where the short idea is coming from. Probably looking at is breaking this level of support coming up and retest, and that could happen, but there's some indicators showing that it may be having something different in mind. Namely the divergence that we got forming here. That's why I'd be cautious about a short. Because you see prices is coming down from here to there, and on our RSI, I mean, there is that angle is very, very slight. So there's that. It's weak, but it's there. It's strong enough to give us an up move. It might be strong enough to change the trend. And looks like we had a double bottom scenario there. This one just being lower. I just want to take a closer look. So if I'm interpreting this right, you're probably seeing this come up here, get rejected and short. Said CVX short term. Make sure I got the right thing. I don't be sitting here going off on a tear here with something else. But overall, this when this pattern, descending triangle, breaks to the downside, it turns into one of the most bullish patterns that I love to trade, which is a falling wedge. Now, if it does break down further, well, we're still in wedge territory, but this holding this trend line, where do we go to here? It goes to my start of my price data. I don't know how reliable that is, but there is definitely a line there, a channel catch there and a catch there. So I mean, it's totally, I got enough touches here to be valid. I see it going up. This is the 3-day chart. I mean, I know stochastics are up at the upside. I mean, you just got a bullish cross here on the 3-day. What other little guys can we look at? You're at the bottom of the Bollinger Band, not the place that you want to look for a short. So coming up here, possibly. What I'm actually looking for is retesting this area, this trend line here. So what kind of move are we looking at up there? About a 30% move, CVX. And here's the deal on the daily. We're heading into the Ichimoku cloud there. So I keep the cloud on my screen just to help me stay on the right side of the trades or right side of the analysis. And when you start touching it, it sucks you into it. So you can definitely expect more upside there. It's just looking bullish to me. It'll probably have to fight, or it may just take off. I don't know. That's a nice strong move there. As long as you're above the 9 moving average, on whatever time frame you're looking for, you're in a bullish trend. So I don't have a short setup that I would feel comfortable with. I more like a long. And let's check a few other things. See if we got do we get a bottom? Got a 1618 there. If it does go south, if this is, if I'm totally wrong on the breakout, I do have a juicy target of $1.86 to close a short or to take a long, because if we do break, I am looking at that target there. Got 886 up here. All right, I've got a bunch of targets here, but shortest term target I've got, top of this original trend line that we had from that wick. I mean, technically we can draw it like that, wick to wick. That's the outer parameters of this extension of this move. To be a little bit more precise, I think this is more to the candle bodies. The 345. This one looks like it's got some upside. That's about 30% move, 46% move, 76% move, 93% move. These targets, I mean, it would take a little while unless we go on a tear like what we had here. If it gets a nice jump up, which it could at this bottom, if we're actually getting a workout here, there's some volume with this, so that's what I'd be looking at. There is a volume spike on that breakout, so it looks like a valid breakout. I'm just not seeing a short, unless you wanted a short from the 618, which I think was about right up here for the whole move. This little breakout of the megaphone that it's in. That should get us up here around 460 somewhere through that area. Mad Mantis Gaming. Hey, glad to have you here, man. Strega says ETH has been making a climb. Okay, we'll take a look at ETH. 1592. What's a noisy chart I got here? Point of controls there. I think it's just noisy to me for some reason. Oh. Let's do something else with this. I did do with this guy, didn't I? Alright, so we got a range here on the VPR. 2137, and I think a range trade strategy would be good with ETH. Alrighty. So Lucy's moving average is, ooh, what is you doing? Coming down like crazy, huh? I want to zoom out just a little bit. Oh, baby, you got rejected right here on the 3-day? Look at that, price going up to the 200 and the moving averages got rejected. Just denied. Ooh. What'd I just erase? That's how I keep deleting my indicators. I'm trying to get all these, I'm trying to get it cleaned up so I can see the price better. So, three-day, we've got this little guy. Well, we got a falling channel overall, which should be bullish. I mean, can be bullish. But man, those indicators look rough. I need a clean chart. This is a problem. So this is the 366 moving average coming to the upside, and that's good. That's some strength. This is Lucy's moving average coming to the upside. I'm thinking we're going to come down here. Or at least here. I feel like an asshole for just even putting this on here. If you have that bearish thought, sure somebody will probably get offended by that. Is that going to be my accurate one, or am I going to have to go from... Looking for angles. Other one works better. Is that what I'm looking for? No, where's the tool I'm looking for, man? On the angle. You would think by now I would know where I could find everything I need, but TradingView is a huge platform, man. There's so much of this site that I have not explored. I was looking at it one day. There's a lot of information here that we go other places to look for. I keep forgetting to go back to it myself. All right, so I'm not finding what I need. That's okay. So is this angle valid? So Ethereum seems to be finding support here at the 618. That looks... will it hold? It doesn't look like it's going to hold. Looks like it looks bad. It looks bad to me. It's still under the non-moving average. I think we're coming down. So we may have a little short-term pump. See what it looked like on the short-term time frames. The larger-term time frame didn't look good to me. 2 hour does not look good. So yeah, it came up. I think it's doing that same thing Bitcoin's doing. It's making that little, that little chevron thing. And I don't trust those. Because everything here says it looks bearish. You got the death cross right here. 200. I mean, this is our 300. This is our 200. So they're in line. This is good, but it's getting ready to cross. The 100 is over the 200, but so that kind of helps keep it afloat. But sometimes, you know, I have to watch these close because sometimes they will wake you out. Because it looks like it's a flag, a bear flag, right? I mean, that would be how you'd play it. And so it gets rejected there, and it should come down. And the moving averages say that, yeah. But sometimes they'll just come back down to, you know, a 786 area, 886 area, and then they'll pop up. We'll get this little W. So I'd be looking for the possibility of it trying to double bottom out here. But the bigger time frames say, man, it may actually be a bear flag. And if it is a bear flag, I mean, our next move is basically right down to about 1513, 1514, 1509. And how would that fare with this guy? And then I've got a 272 area right here, just right below it. I was a little conservative when my measure moved because they're not always as trustworthy. If we went from the very top, would it hit that? It would hit our 272. So a 1-to-1 move. I'm kind of foreseeing downside, actually. With a chance. It's got a chance. It's got a chance, but man, you got a lot of fight to work with to get up there. But there's a chance for it to bottom out here, but losing that 1509. Oh, that's ETH. It was ETH. Sorry, Strega. I forget. Let's look at Ethereum Express. I would think that it would probably follow Ethereum, though. Well, I just took everybody through Ethereum that probably didn't want to hear about Ethereum. I'm not a big Ethereum guy. I've got some because I'm not going to miss out on that again. I turned it down at $80. Like an idiot. So ETE, I guess we're looking at Chris is for the light. Oh, thanks for the light. Oh, no problem, my man. I like Cosmos ecosystem. That actually, I was very impressed with that setup. It's a lot more bullish than what I expected. I'm gonna have to visit over there and see if I got some of that, and if I'm wanting to take that trade or not. I don't know which. I'm just gonna grab the Uniswap one. Yes, you are correct. That thing is bumping up. Thank you for being patient as I go through the Ethereum and don't look over at the chat box to see that I got the wrong coin. I think Strig has learned to be patient with me on that. One time he commented, I'm yelling as politely as I can at the screen. He's hilarious. This one's hard to read because it is, I guess it's so new. It's apparently can do crazy spikes. So I guess you're having to swaps. Man, I would set an alert. How long does it take for those spikes to play out? Are they really, really quick? They are really quick. They happen within an hour. Damn, that's gonna be hard. Unless you got like a bot. Oh, and that reminds me, man, last night I meant to go over Unibot as my first token, and I forgot. I think it's at some juicy prices. I don't know if Unibot would be something that would be useful for this or not, because I'm not as familiar with it. I'm just trading the token. But I think there's ways that you can set limit orders now on Uniswap, right? Or maybe there's some secondary third-party apps or something to do that. I don't know. If there's a way to set limit orders, that would be awesome to catch some gains on this. Otherwise, it's just going to be hard to catch it. So, I mean, how long those spikes? I'm on a 24-minute. I mean, so it's quick. Apparently there's very low liquidity here, and somebody makes a big buy, it just really pumps it. Nice. I mean, you can't argue with that. Been going up like that. And that's parabolic movement, but it's slow and steady. So if I had to guess, let's go check out some tokenomics on ETE. This is Ethereum Express. I don't know anything about it. Okay, 200 million coins. Market cap does not tell me. All-time high was 9 hours ago. It reached 10 cents. That was that spike, huh? Wow. All-time low was 16 days ago. It was 2 cents. And it is at, oh, it's 10 cents now. So we're at our all-time highs, according to that. Go back to the chart. Okay, yeah, 10 cents. But what did it spike up to over here? It spiked up to freaking 50 cents. Hopefully you got in on it at a good low. It's showing some divergence forming. Let's go to a larger time frame. Yep, it's forming there too. It's going to be a hard read on this one. If I were looking for a pullback, I'd target the daily 9-moving average at 6.6 cents. But it's been above the 9-moving average on every time frame that I've looked at so far, which is saying this is a strong move. Okay, we got some. Okay, do we have a weekly? We got a weekly. It's a good chance it could come back up to 17 cents. That weekly close area. Weekly areas are kind of important there. We'll draw a horizontal line. I don't like using blue. Makes me think of something else. I'm going to kind of ignore those wicks. Okay, well, it's staying fairly consistent right there. If it's on a tear, if it's really on a tear, I'd target that at 21 cents. It may just blast on through it. Who knows? Let's see what it did last time. It went up past the 1414 last time. That was a big, strong move. So it usually doesn't make it up that high. So we're coming up to the halfway mark. It still looks strong on the 12-hour, 4-hour, everything. Has it broken down anywhere? Where is it broken down? Breaks down a little bit here on this 36-minute. The 1 hour, okay. 1 hour is probably a good one to chart on it. And as long as we keep bouncing off this, you know, it'll come. It should dance between the 9 and the 21 on some of these smaller time frames. Find one close to it. The one that dips down to the 50, which is the 1 hour seems to be good on that. So your deeper corrections will or pullbacks will come back to the 50, but usually bounce off between the 9 and 21. Oh, I like this one better. 2 hours good. 2 hours good. I've heard a lot of people, a lot of really sharp traders praise the 2 hour. It's just sometimes it's a little bit cleaner. So looking here at the 1 hour, the Ichimoku cloud's making me feel a little iffy, and with the 50 moving average being there, even though it's got some bullish signs on the 1 hour, the 2 hour gives me a clearer picture where does it? That looks sketch. The cloud's further away. I like that. We're above the 9, and there's some iffy information on this lagging MACD, but there wasn't bearish divergence on it. There is a little bit. I mean, there's some on the RSI, so eventually we're going to get a pullback. But I think we're going to have it. We're going to make a shot for the 618, 12 cents. Looks like what it's got on its mind. And from here, that's another 17%. And I mean, it could go higher. Elliot's a little confused, but Elliot thinks this may be topped. So, yeah, Elliot's not the most dependable. It's a good suggestion, though. I would just watch this trend line. Any break below on this trend line, that would be your signal to get out. But it could get one more move up there. Even with this bullish divergence, when we're going parabolic, the bullish divergence takes longer to play out. A lot longer. And as long as we keep showing some other divergence, hidden divergence on these smaller time frames, like on these smaller moves, like this one goes up and the RSI here is going down, it means that we should still continue in the same direction, so we should get a bounce off this. So cool, Strega. I hope you're making bank off of this. How much might you've got if you got in, let's say you got in here? Well, that'd be a double. It looks better than ETH right now, I'll tell you that. Strega says, last time I let the bot do something and it went viral. I've got a trading bot that I'm dying to crank up. I just don't have everything set up here at this new house to do it. But if you guys are looking, they're over on Telegram. I haven't been to their website in forever. It's not a shill. I don't have any affiliation with Gunbot. Because most of them want subscriptions, man. That's what I always saw. And this one, he was doing something. He had a token set up, and you just buy the token, and it's acted like an NFT. It gave you access to it. So I've got a pro bot here. I don't even know what the prices are now. It was like 0.2 Bitcoin when I got it way back in the day. I guess where are we at? Gunbot standard. It's got one called It's got a selection. You can program this bot however you want. That's what's so cool about it. And that's why I'm dying to get it set back up. What is this? 30-day pack. I think you actually get to own this one. You get to download this software. You can run on Raspberry Pi? Really? I didn't think that had enough. Okay. Interesting. I need to dust that thing off and get them working. This is the perfect time in the market. I don't know why I haven't been doing that. But it comes with a setting on there. You just set it and forget it, and it's pretty cool. And then it's got other things that you can tweak and pick out different settings. But the problem with Gunbot that I had is I didn't know how to trade when I had it. I mean, I knew some, roughly some strategies, but I didn't know TA. So I'm dying to see what I can do with that bot now that I can know what I'm actually programming it to do, because I didn't understand what it was doing. It wouldn't trade like I wanted you to buy this low, and I didn't have a way to. It was just ignorance on my part. But now knowing TA, I'm dying to get that sucker started up. Chris says, be careful with bots, they can wreck you. Well, I got a little, it did good. It's just that I got impatient with it because it seemed like it wouldn't. I'm like, why didn't you buy there? Why didn't you buy? Or, or this or that. And then it had this reversal option, which threw me all off. Especially, I guess it would be not knowing TA and stuff and having a firmer grasp on this stuff. But that reversal would throw me off. So it would look like it's losing money and I would interrupt the strategy. But if the ones that got, if you set it and forget it, it did okay. It did good. So I'm still here on ETH. So there's some guys on here that we looked at NCDT. I FOMO'd into that one. How's he been doing? I haven't even checked on him. It probably had a little bit of a pullback. I think I got him at 12. Where's he at now? 11. I think that's an interesting project. We just happened to come across it just doing this. I looked at Kata before. It's an ENU, so I'm looking for something that's got substance. I'm going to check out Botto because I don't know, something that name keeps standing out to me. I'm assuming it has something to do with bots. Low market caps, 12 cents. 100 million. I mean, tokenomics are okay. Okay, so it's been around a little bit longer. All-time high was 391. All-time low was about 3 cents. 391, and it's 12 cents now. 29 million circulation. Oh, you can do this now? Look at that. And they got contracts. Cool. Oh, I like this. I didn't know we had this. All right, cool. Let's see what this is. Because, you're more likely to find 100 extra out of some of these newer projects than to stick with the ones that were the winners last time. I mean, how many cycles have you seen the same winners keep winning other than Bitcoin and Ethereum and stable coins? I mean, Darkcoin was number 3, number 2 for the longest. Litecoin was number 3. Ethereum came and displaced them. Where are they now? Why am I still on this coin? We were looking at Botto. We went to the website, right? Botto. Oh, this little thing's getting on my nerves. I can't get it to stay off my screen. Get off my screen, highlighter. You don't work half the time anyway, man. Botto is a decentralized autonomous artist. Botto creates work of arts based on collective feedback from the community. Our participation is what completes Botto as an artist. Well, that's a cool picture. Okay, this was unexpected. Ooh. So I guess we're using AI with graphics, probably Mid journey kind of thing. Oh, I do have some cool stuff there though. That was Cubism and Dolly look like. Huh. Bado's art engine has been trained on millions of images, more than any one human has, and from the latent talent space it creates over 4,000 unique images every week, all untouched by human hands. So we're an AI art play. That's interesting. How is this governed by Bado DAO? Each week Bado presents 350 prompts and pieces for consideration by the DAO. These are not yet considered final artworks. They are fragments as they are still unproven. The community tells Bado what it considers art, and Bado perpetually evolves from the feedback. So the community is helping to train AI with feedback. It's got some cool looking designs. AI is pretty amazing. Each week, the most popular fragment is minted as a final artwork on Ethereum and sold at auction. Bado's proceeds are managed by the DAO to pay for the artist management. Okay, well, I mean, it's cool. It's a cool project. I mean, it's cool to look at. Does it have the mass adoption appeal? I don't know, but it's unique. I'll give you that. Bado is young and requires your vision. It needs guidance to push the bounds and to find new pockets of creativity. Top auction artworks. That's cool. I mean, it's a unique concept. How are Bado contributors? Every week, 25% of revenue is distributed to voters in proportion to the votes cast on the art. Okay, so you got to be active with this guy if you want to make it work for you, right? Another 25% of revenue is pooled until the end of the artistic period and distributed to different types of contributions as determined by the DAO. The 50% of the revenue is held in the treasury. Okay, Gary Gensler is just going to jump all over this if he gets the first chance. But, huh. That's interesting. I don't know that, I mean, it's not one I would bet the farm on, but it's an interesting project. Let's see if we got a Bado chart. Bado. So we're on Ethereum. I think I like the ones that go with dollars. It kind of helps me just keep up with it better. There we go. See how we're doing in the dollar price. So we've been around for a little bit. No. Ooh. Okay, baby. So we was up there. And now we're down here. On the weekly chart for Bado. I'm not seeing a turnaround quite. I mean, it's trying, but as long as we're under the 9 moving average on the weekly, I'm like in hell no territory. Moving average just crossed barely over that 50. I'm not buying it. I think you probably have an 886 retracement coming. Oh, you did an 886 retracement. Look at you. You're at almost at an 886 retracement. Oh, you may come down lower, baby. I don't. She hasn't quite touched that 886. Maybe. I mean, it's been doing this for a while. But it lost the 50, man. So 11.38 cents is, it might try to bottom there, but man, it's looking, it's got some work to do. If those just crossed on the weekly just now. 3-day does not look any, oh, 3-day looks like it wants to dump more. All right, here's a trend line. I'm actually looking at 11.09. I mean, this is where it's trying to hang out now. I think it'll drop below that. I think it's got a good chance to drop below that. I'll put it that way. I mean, a partial decline so far. Those other indicators just don't look too healthy for it. Anything else? I think we're in a channel. Coming down to the bottom of the channel. I think I'm getting around 9 cents on this guy. I don't think this one's a good one to go for until you start seeing some more positive action. A dude lost a Bitcoin when Bitcoin scam wicked to 10K. Oh, when it scam wicked to 10K. Oh, gosh, that'd be... I don't like the thought of losing me and my Bitcoin. It's just too hard to collect. KuCoin kind of messed me up when I had to migrate off of there. I took a little bit of hit on my Bitcoin bags because I had to liquidate all my altcoins to move off. That sucked. That's a lot of tacos. Hey, Dana Ali, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, man. Oh gosh, I've been going long again, haven't I? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Are you serious? How long have we been going? I have no sense of time. Buy or sell, bro. Scapping. All right, so we looked at Botto. I'm not sold on it. I mean, cool project though. Wagme Games has been getting a lot of attention. Too damn many coins. I'm not even. I don't. Tiny market cap. That is too many. Luckily, almost all of them are out, but gosh. All-time highs 3 months ago at 0.02. I can't. I just can't. We looked at CheckDot. We looked at Mask before. I've looked at DCB. This is Deep Brain Chain. It's AI. I don't know. It's been around for a while. It's an OG coin. WorldCoin's made some nice gains. Let's check it out. Our NFT Worlds and the NFT play. I'm looking for something a little bit more than the NFTs. NFTs I think are great for utility when they have actual use cases. As far as just representing a picture on the thing, a JPEG. You know, that's a fad. It's a fad. I don't believe apes are going to hold those values, man, or punks. Trios, we've looked at that. Blue Zell's still doing good. And we looked at Radiant. Okay, a finance play. Radiant Capital, is it Arbitrum? Oh, BNB Smart Chain and Arbitrum looks like. Uniswap 3, I guess. 1 million maximum supply, 312 out there, 67 market cap. Still nice little zone for market cap. All-time high is 58 cents. We're at what, 21 now? All-time low was a year ago when it was 1 penny. That was when to buy it. Wow. Let's check them out while I find their chart. An interest and borrow assets cross-chain seamlessly. Earn interest and borrow assets cross-chain. Well, you get, okay. Well, you get points because you have a night screen. Okay, I like you now. Okay. You get 21% return on stables? How you do that? Luna used to do that too. Trusted by 28,000 holders. Okay, so finance play. I'm not sold on it, but and this is against Ethereum. It's got to be one against stablecoin because we can relate to that better than we can Ethereum. There we are. Oh, there we are at 21 cents. I don't see any great signs here other than being a falling wedge. I mean, if there was a breakout, it'd be worth looking at. I don't think it's one I'd want to build a position in. Well, I mean, if you're really sold on it, sure, but as far as finding something that's getting ready to move, I don't see it getting ready just yet. It may be trying. Looks like it might be trying on the daily. Trying to get above. We're trying to get across here. If it does that, that's hopeful that we might get a breakout. But some signs here that it's just tired. I'm not seeing anything. This thing is up for the year at 21 cents, so I feel like we're missing some information here. All right, so maybe one to put on your watch list. Sure, it'll come back up here again. Let's go over to the original watch list. These are the ones that haven't. The ones that on the previous list we just looked at are the ones that have just now bumped up for the year. These are the guys that have been OG hanging out. I like Pendle, Caspa, and Naka. Naka just keeps killing it. It's at 60 cents. I mean, I felt like I was FOMOing in at 27 cents, 27 and 30 cents. But I'm glad I did. And, but you know, I didn't go all in on it. So my bag, I mean, it's a growing bag, but you know, ideally I would have a bigger bag of it. I wanted a bigger bag of it than what I have, but it's performing well. Hitting targets, so 40% gains out of Naka in this channel and broke out of this rising wedge in there. Now we're getting some divergence, so should be getting a little pullback here. Still staying above the non-moving average because there's another move in there, maybe. It looks a little tired. It looks like it's going to come back down to this 21 area, so maybe about 49 cents there. She hit 60. She hit right at 65 cents. Just short. Just so close to that target. 64.9, and where did I have it sit? 65. And I'm sure that was a fib. And she may take another run up there, but indicators look like she's getting ready to. I don't know. It's a little bit of a hard read. Lower time frames will tell us. Yeah, she should be coming down for a little bit of a retest there. Bearish divergence right there. So another shot at Naka. Looks to be on the horizon here. So when you get a breakout of these wedges, you get a retest. It looks like it retests there. So I would consider that my retest of that. So pullback maybe 49, maybe to 48. Moving averages are still looking kind of bullish to me overall. I don't think she's through. I think she's getting ready to go parabolic again. Oh, come on. It may be time for a Naka update video. That's a beautiful parabola. I just cursed this coin because if you guys watch my streams, you know whenever I draw a parabola on the project and start talking about its potential just to keep going and do the little 5 steps, that usually after I draw that line, it wants to make me look like a fool and break through it. I'm just saying. It's what has happened so far. Not on all of them. Sometimes they worked out, but a running joke here that. So here Elliott wave goes with this 5 wave, and instead of thinking, hey man, what about the 5 way target up here, we're just going, nah, it's probably already got it. interesting indicator, but interesting Elliott wave theory because they can do that. Their fifth wave is not as... I want that exciting fifth wave. Let's see if I got my retracements. I don't have them ticked off enough to get that fifth wave count. Let's see if, or do I? Do I have it on there? Okay, here we go. The 268 is what we're looking for the fifth wave. That's $1.08 for Naka. Oh, hell yeah! Oh man, make sure I did that right. That sounds awfully up there, my friend. 1, 2, 3. Your third wave is supposed. See, I'm not counting this. That doesn't make sense. Ichimoku indicator or Elliott wave indicator. If this is your 4 touched over where your 1. That goes against the Elliott wave's rule. I'm not buying that. Where's my paintbrush, man? Why do I keep losing it? So 1, 2. I think this is your third. Your third wave should be longer than your first two. It may not. I don't know. I'm not an Elliott wave practitioner. I cheat at it. I know the basics of it. I know the basic rules for it, and this breaks it. I'm just looking at it as a rising channel. With a pullback, we'll see where it goes from there. But other indicators, man, you start looking on the weekly. This is look. This is the 2-week chart. What do my indicators say on that? Market exercise says, "Let's rock and roll." Naka. What is it about this coin? What are they doing that's getting so much attention? I guess my hopes of getting it around 30 cents again are slim to none. 180 million, 65 million out there. $35 million market cap. It's still low. Oh gosh, it's still low. Even at 55 cents, that's still low. Can this thing go to $5? You know, it could at that supply. I would not. All-time high was $6.71. There's your answer. Yeah, it can go to $5. So it can 10x from here. Nice. Oh, I wish I had a bigger bag. But that bag's growing. I can't complain. Good. Oh, Naka. He likes it. I see good things for Naka. I don't see it slowing down just yet. Where's my cloud? It's not showing up. Oh, look at this. On the 5-day. That's a beautiful green cloud. That's what we like to see. We see it like that. It's just, you know, we're doing good. We're riding above that cloud. That's what we want to see on an uptrend. Above the cloud, above the 9. I'm on the 5-day here, man. This is a big boy time frame that we're just rocking it on. This thing has got some legs. It's forming a parabolic. And I just see 2 steps so far. We can get up to 5 steps on this. So we got to 1 a step or 2. I mean, unless you count this one. I don't count that one. A 1 a step, a 2 a step, a 3 step. And we keep going up to 5. I hadn't seen one make it past 3 yet in our current market, but we'll see. Keep chasing that line there. I'm always misclicking the window. Me too. Trading with Gecko. Hey, welcome to the stream, man. Live timing? Don't understand the question, but sure, I'll go with it. Actually, this stream is going way too long and way too late, and you guys stay up way too late just like I do, man. You must have the same problem. Night owls. The only thing is, since China has been banned from the market, this used to be the hot time to trade. When the Asia would open, that's part of the reason why I like to do this at night. Because back in the day, I would be up at night trading against China. And maybe we'll get that soon. I don't know. They'll open up eventually. Lots of rumors going out about reviving this old conspiracy theory that Bitcoin was, and it's kind of interesting, some of them, but first came about by the NSA. Another theory says it was the cyberpunks and some NSA type geeks that were doing it. Some think there's a lab leak from the NSA that Bitcoin was just too good, and some rogue researcher said, we got to release this to the public. Bless their heart, that's what happened. But one of the persons that worked on the paper, this is what was so interesting. We know it as Satoshi Nakamoto. Their name, I can't remember it exactly, but it rhymes so well with Satoshi Nakamoto. It was something Moto. It was just it's a very interesting coincidence. I wish I didn't save that treat and showed it for tonight, but that's just something interesting to bring up. All right, guys, I'm going to call this stream because nobody will want to click in and watch a 2-hour live stream. They just don't. They can see it. All right, we're going to watch the rerun. No, that's too long. I mean, my goal was to keep it at 30 minutes, but I just get going because this is what I do. I'm just looking for stuff, and these are some of the things I'm probably going to release some videos on, the good things I find. Naka definitely qualifies. Naka, it looks like a strong one to me. All right, guys, I'm going to call it for tonight, and I wasn't even planning on streaming. I was feeling kind of weird, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I stuck to that. And hopefully I'll stream tomorrow night. I know I'll be trying to talk myself out of it, but I'll do my best to be here. Guys, may God bless you. Be careful trading over the weekend. Low liquidity, not much. Some altcoins are being strong. Some of them are just weak. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But overall, I do think we will get a pullback on altcoins over the next few months, just by what I'm seeing in the chart. So, great time for DCA, but for trading, you got to pick your winners carefully, man. Some of them are tanking. God bless you all. Put God first in your life, and He'll direct you, baby. Good night.
Good night, John boy.
Now sit down, you can have it.